Hey everyone, Hybrid Toy Reviews here, wanting to take a look at the Star Wars The Black Series Obi Wan Kenobi and his Jabiim outfit from the titular Obi Wan Kenobi series. Awesome figure, something I've been waiting for a long time. Super excited to have it in the collection. Let's go ahead and get into the review and see what we're getting here. Alright, as always, we start by taking a look at the packaging. This is the standard plastic-free Black Series packaging with your Black Series logo up top. Nice render of the figure, looking super cool, all stoic right there. You got the Obi Wan Kenobi stripe in blue there. His name, Obi Wan Jabiim, Warning 4+ Hasbro. Plastic-free packaging. You got the artwork of Obi Wan on the side of the box. I like how in the background you actually have like the finale duel with the rock spikes. Just a super cool look. Spinning around this side of the box, you have your Black Series logo, the render showing you that he's 5.9 inches tall, and then the plastic-free packaging logo down below. They really have to talk themselves up on going green on these. And then around back, you have that same render, just smaller. Black Series logo again, his name, a bio in various languages, except it's that same weird bio they've been using with the Kenobi series, where they just define the show. Like, we're like a year after. You guys can like totally tell us what Obi-Wan does in this. Like, it's not a spoiler. But he's number 11 in the Kenobi lineup. Got a bunch of legal stuff, and then your Disney Hasbro logos. Underneath, you have a barcode, a bunch more legal stuff. Very standard packaging, nothing special going on here. Let's go ahead, open it up, and take a look at what we're getting inside the box. Alright, here we have Obi-Wan out of the box. As always, I'll start by taking a look at the accessories. For the one that you're probably going to use the least, he does come with his blaster pistol. It's the same pistol that every Obi-Wan from the show has come with so far. Done very nice in a kind of gunmetal-y gray, kind of almost even brown tint color, you know, kind of oil stained, whatever. Looks really nice. A lot of nice little details molded in. He features a working hip holster with a strap that you lift up, and then you can work the blaster in. Work the strap back over the blaster, and then it pegs in, and it is nice and secure. It's not going anywhere. Then he comes with his trusty blue lightsaber, same mold as all the other Kenobi ones. Very nice shade of blue. They've done very nice with all of the series, all the Kenobi series lightsabers, doing a nice shade there. It's not very pale, it's not super dark, it's not got a green tint like Black Series has kind of been known to do. Looks very nice. It has some nice paint detail going on the hilt. Really like how that turned out. And just a great hilt in general from the show. A nice amalgamation of the episode 4 and episode 3, kind of combined that transition period. Really liking that. As always, features the removable blade with the side peg on the hilt, and then he stows it towards the back side of the belt. There is a peg there. Likes to hide it in the robes, I guess, during this time in the galaxy. You don't want to open carry that too flamboyantly, but looks good there. Go ahead and take it off now. Stand them up again. Alright, now our last accessory, and I gotta say, I have been a soft goods defender since day one, and the soft goods robe here just is not working. It's a very nice dark brown, almost black. It's his sleeveless robe from near the end of the series. And working it on the figure is pretty easy. Works nice. As far as the actual lay of like the body portion of the robe, it's not bad. But this hood is just awful. It does not really work. I work with soft goods stuff a lot, and this just ain't it. It's very starchy, it's very huge, it doesn't lay nice on the head when you have it up. Bringing it down, there is no, sometimes you can like flip them inside out or whatever. It still just wants to spring back up, and there's just no way to get that hood looking good. Thankfully, I like to display him without the robe and more of that final battle appearance. And hopefully they tailor it a little bit nicer for that Walmart exclusive ending outfit where he's in like the white robes but still wearing this robe. Hopefully they don't just straight reuse it. So yeah, the soft goods robe is a little bit of a bust. But let's go ahead and take a look at the head sculpt here. Now, I gotta be honest. Shout out to Landspeeder Luke and Mike Case, but not in a good way. Actually, you guys are super cool. But you guys had me worried about this figure when you guys were posting your videos and your pictures. You guys had me thinking that this was the absolute worst looking Obi Wan Kenobi there ever was. While I was waiting for the figure to come in the mail, I was shopping for third party heads so I could get a swap on him ASAP. Because, like, just, I don't know how your angles were working out. Excuse me. I was talking with friends who were in agreement, man, this is the worst looking Obi-Wan ever, thinking how much we hated it that we bought a figure based on a render because Hasbro couldn't be bothered to take a promo photo of this one. And getting it in person, it actually looks pretty good. I was really, really thrown off by that. I'm really liking the likeness here. On camera, I mean, maybe I'm going to be guilty of it too. It looks a little soft. But in person, I mean, it's a Juan McGregor. I took some good pictures and sent to some friends. The same friends I was talking to about it looking awful. And everyone was like, yeah, it's a lot better than we really thought it'd be. It's not 100%. I'd argue it's probably the best of the Kenobi series head sculpts so far. Excuse me. Just to bring in, here's the Tibetan Outpost Ben. Just putting them side by side. I mean, and I didn't hate this head sculpt, but like this one here, I mean, that takes the cake easy. I mean, that's a really good Juan McGregor Obi likeness. I gotta be fair. I have heard people say something about the color of the beard being a little different than the hair. I kind of see it. It's like the beard is a little darker, but it's not even like super egregious, I gotta say. It's kind of like the beard's staying darker, but he's kind of starting to go gray in the show, but it's kind of sort of like that color that brown hair goes before it actually goes gray. Like, I don't know. I maybe I'm just excusing it, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. A lot of great sculpt work on that hair too. Just looks very textured and just looks nice. Working down the body, he does have a very nice baggy Jedi tunic going on. Looks really good. All kind of disheveled. He kind of is in the show though, so that's all appropriate. Nice little holster there, as mentioned, going around back. Just a lot of nice fabric sculpting work here. And then once you get down below the waist, the legs are actually reused from the Wandering Jedi and Tibetan Station Obi-Wans, so those are pretty familiar to us at this point. To run through the articulation, he features a double barbell neck, which allows him to look that high up, which is pretty good with that mullet going on. Really far forward, you can get some rotation and some crazy good pivot. The shoulders are clunky. The joints are very buried in there, so they've kind of sculpted the tunic overlay to cover the arms. So as far as like raising the arms up, you can't quite get a true T-pose. That's a really sad T-pose. And there's no getting the arms going straight up by rotation. They go up, they hit into that overlay, and they have to swing out. There's just too much rubber in the way up there. It just doesn't work. So that's clunky, not super keen on that. Kind of wish they'd narrowed those in just a little bit more. Just dial it into where the articulation is not that affected. You can get to 90 degrees at the elbows and swivel, 360 on both wrists, and there is a vertical hinge cut on both hands, but much like the other Obi-Wans, although this one is way worse, they've sculpted the cuffs of the sleeves so far down that honestly there's certain positions where you have the hands rotated that the lightsaber can't even be held because the sleeve sticks out too far. So that sucks. The limitations there are pretty awful. I'm going to do a video, just a little short, kind of modifying that. On the other Obi-Wans, I trimmed the sleeves back, and it looks a little rough, because obviously it goes from being this laying down sculpt to kind of just being gone, but I'd rather have the wrist articulation than the really nice sculpt. So that's unfortunate. Features a mid-torso ball joint, allows him to crunch that far forward, that far back. He can rotate and pivot. Legs kick that far out, that far forward, no back, upper thigh rotation buried in there. Single joint knees go to 90 and rotate at the knee. Feet can point straight down, really far forward, and there's a forward-facing pin for rocker, allowing you to get some pretty decently wide stances with both feet flat on the ground. Let's get him standing upright. Let's do some size comparisons. Here he is next to my custom damaged Vader. Looking good. That's the Kenobi body Vader with a custom head sculpt on it. And then the Tibetan Station Ben Kenobi. They're standing at the same height, which is appropriate. And then, even though it's the same thing, but I have it handy, let's just make an Obi-Wan party of this. And yeah, he looks good. He scales pretty much right where I'd want him to do. I know this is typically the portion of the review where I put the figure on the spinning stand and talk, but I have been so excited to get this figure, and I love that final Vader battle so much that I 3D printed this rock stand, and I just want you to bask in its magnificence because, man, a lot of effort got put into this one, and I'm really keen on how it turned out. So, all in all, what do I think of the Jabiim Obi-Wan? I love it. The articulation is definitely clunky. That's definitely a nitpick against it. But it's just such an iconic outfit from the show. And honestly, I'd say this or Wandering Jedi, if you were only going to get one Obi-Wan from the show, I'd lean this. But the Wandering Jedi one's still really good too. And honestly, there's so many figures in this series at this point, and I've ended up getting them all somehow. We're probably going to end up having a Obi-Wan video, or an Obi-Wan like overview of everything Obi-Wan they've done. So keep an eye out for that somewhere down the road. But yeah, all in all, it's a great figure. I definitely recommend it. If you pass, if you got too many Obi-Wans going on, I get it. But yeah, just an excellent figure, one that I'm crazy happy to finally have in the collection. And I think he'll make a good addition to your collection. So that's why I make the videos, right? Got to share the opinions. So I'm going to go work on some other videos. Thanks for watching. It means a lot that you did. If you enjoyed, just leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that end of video stuff. Also, just want to do a little shout out to some friends here. Tommy at the 1313 podcast and then 212 Hunter are both getting into Twitch. Twitch, is your video game streaming service. I'm sure everyone's familiar with it. Tommy has been streaming on the 1313 podcast account, and then 212 Hunter is known as Latendi in his Discord groups. So he's LE space Tendy, Tendy. Go check them out. We've been playing a lot of Battlefront 2 together these last few days, and I've been joining in their streams when possible. So go just check us out if you're into Battlefront 2 at all. We have a pretty good time there. So got to give them a shout out. We've been having a blast. Anyway, I'm going to go work on some other videos. Thanks for watching. It means a lot you did. I'll catch you next time. Until then, may the Force be with each and every one of you. Bye.